a second part here. What we're going to talk about. I know. I need to kind of settle down just a little bit. Hopefully, this one will do it, but I don't think it's going to. We're going to talk about the deluxe editions of these games that are coming out, and a lot of games are starting to do them now, and they are hiding behind those digital, or not even they're not even digital. Some of them are physical. Deluxe editions of games. They are hiding early access to games behind them now. I am starting to see a trend where there's a lot more games doing it. Lords of the Fallen just did it recently. I think Call of Duty's doing it, but I think that's going to be coming to an end here pretty soon because Microsoft's deal closed like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Like they're officially closed, like they're done now. It's officially been acquired. Microsoft now is the official owner of Activision Blizzard. So I think that's going to be coming to a close here pretty soon. I think at the end of this year, Bobby Kotick, whatever the fuck his last name is, I think he is finally getting the boot. He is finally being out of Activision. Thank God. But I'm seeing a lot more games now doing deluxe editions of games. And these deluxe editions of games are costing anywhere between $89.99 to $99.99. And they're not really giving you anything more except for like early access to the game by 3 days, 3 to 4 days. I could see if they're going to give you early access to the game by like, let's say, 2 weeks. We're going to give you a 14-day head start. Maybe even to some fans, depending on the game, a 7-day head start. But even then, I don't think that's fucking worth it at all. I'm going to give them a 14-day head start. Okay. Especially depending on the type of game, depending on what type of game it is. But to charge $100 for an addition to a game that's coming out, and some of these games aren't even proven. Like Lords of the Fallen had a deluxe edition. I think it had like a 3 or 4 day early access. It was a 3-day early access. 3-day early access to the game, and it was $99.99. I believe it was $99. You double check me, fact check me. $99.99 for the deluxe edition. Give you 3-day early access to a game that to fans hasn't even really proven itself yet. The first iteration of this game sucked major donkey balls. This is a reboot of that original idea into a next-gen Souls-type game. And you still had the nerve to charge $100 for early access to that game? Are you fucking stupid? Like, I don't understand it. And I think companies need to stop this. And they're not going to stop it until fans actually stop doing it. Because that's the crazy part, is people are actually going out there and they're buying the deluxe edition. Look, the deluxe edition is not giving you much of anything more than the main selling point is to give you early access to the game. And I'm sorry, but a weekend, give you an extra weekend or 3 days before the game actually launches to get you to play? Are you willing to spend an extra $40 to $50? Let's say between 30 and $40 extra to play that game a couple days early? And now I'm going to actually talk to you consumers, because the companies are going to keep doing what sells, and if people are actually buying these early access versions of the game, that's only just going to keep on giving them the idea to keep on putting out more. I'm going to talk to you consumers right now. What the fuck is wrong with you? Early access to the game by 3 days, and you want to spend an extra $30 to $40? Really? For nothing really anything extra? But just to say that you're the fact that, hey, I'm one of the ones, I got the chance to play the game early. Like before, I could have seen that maybe that looked cool, especially if they gave you like a week or two to play it before the actual game launched. I can see that. You know what those are called? Those are called betas. Those are called demos. Essentially, here's the funny part, and I guarantee you, probably companies are probably thinking about this and they're looking at it this way. I know I would. Let's charge $100 for the game because people are buying them anyway. Okay, people are buying them anyway. Let's charge $100 for it. Let's get it out there early before the game officially launches. Let people play it. They can play test it essentially for us. Essentially, you are paying them to be their beta testers for the game. How do you feel about that, you dumb fuck? You are what they should be paying you for, you're paying them for. To be beta testers on their product. Ever since they started really going into this trend, I stopped doing it. I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. It's a waste of fucking money. It makes no sense to me. I'm not going to be your beta tester. I'm your consumer. I'm here to buy that product because I want it and I want to play it. And I want to play it in its entirety. I don't want to be the one to test out the bugs so you can put out a day one patch for it. I'm not paid for that. You want to pay me for that? Fine. Then we can talk about it. But I'm not going to pay you to be your beta tester. Fuck you. That's what y'all should be thinking. Look, giving you early access to the game doesn't make you fucking cool. Well, so you can go to school and brag to your friends, hey, I got a chance to play the game like 3 or 4 days early. Give a fuck. Listen how corny that fucking sounds. You're giving them more willpower to do that in the future. Don't be that fucking naive. Don't be that fucking stupid. Don't buy the fucking deluxe editions. They're fucking pointless. It used to be collector's editions used to cost like $100, and sometimes you would get like a cool like little figurine or a standee to kind of go with it. You know, something kind of cool, something physical that you could put on your desk to showcase. Hey, I got the big Mac Daddy of this game, the collector's edition. I got the statue sitting right here. I remember back in the day when the original BioShock 1 collector's edition was $100, and you got the Big Daddy figurine. Nowadays, it's $100. Please give it to me. You can play the game 3 days early. And while you do that, please play the game online so I can see what kind of feedback we're getting and see if we need to tweak anything or we need to do anything before the game officially, quote unquote, launches. It's fucking dumb, man. And you guys are playing right on into it. Some of you fans are out there just playing right on into it. I don't know how many of these you're gonna fucking have to fall into before you start to get it through your thick fucking skull and start realizing, like, look, this is not worth it. This is not the value that it should be. And it's not. The only way you're going to tell a game company that is by hitting them in their pockets for it. Stop letting them fucking dictate it. And more companies are starting to do it because now they're starting to see A, profitability in it, and B, it's actually helping them out because now they can start putting out day one patches for a lot of their games. You guys want them to stop the day one patches? Stop buying the fucking deluxe editions. You're the beta testers. Okay? And how about the day one patches? How about you finish the game before you fucking give it to us anyway? That's a whole other topic in and of itself. I'll save that one. I'll shelve that one for a later date as well. But I had to get this one off my chest because Lords of the Fallen had a deluxe edition. And I was like, and it had like a 3-day early access. And I was like, are you fucking serious? No, I'm good. I'll wait 3 more days till my copy comes in. I'm good. I don't need to fucking pay $40 extra to have y'all send it to me 3 days early. No, I'm good. How the fuck would I do that for? I'm sorry, even if it was Gears, I wouldn't do it for. They'd have to actually give me something more, something physical that I can grab and hold, touch. And I don't mean just like the game in the game case. Something extra to kind of go along. The incentive to buy that deluxe or collector's edition. But to have early access to the game, nah, I'm good. Because what's going to happen? Like, because you know they still have deluxe editions of Lords of the Fallen available to sell right now, and we are already past the weekend of the launch of that game, and it's still $100. What about the early access to that? So I get to keep the cool little costume that might come with it for free? Not really for free, because you're paying $40 for it. But now the early access is already passed, so there's no point in even having that. And there's still people that'll probably still go out there and buy it because they gotta have the Deluxe Edition. Stop being fucking naive. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Stop being fucking naive. All right, let's take a minute to decompress. I'm gonna grab me a drink, and we'll come right back and we'll get right into under review of NBA 2K24. We'll be right back.